It's July, and this is the Library Roadshow. On the show today, readers, writers, and summer reading. Welcome to the July edition of the Library Roadshow. I'm Mary Stein, and this is a production of your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. Our Press Start Ready Set Read program tells us that July is brought to you by the letter Y and the concept of opposites. And this month, one opposite is hot summer days outside and cool air conditioning inside. Some more wonderful music performances coming this month, starting with the Baton Rouge Concert Band's 4th of July concert on the plaza here at the main library. Summer feeding is still going on at 8 branches through August 2nd. And speaking of food, Small Business Services is sponsoring Bagels and Business on July 17th. It's a chance for you to learn how to navigate one of our most powerful business resources, Data Axle Reference Solutions. Don't forget that our business librarians are available by appointment, plus they keep open office hours each Thursday afternoon from 4 to 6. This month, our virtual author talk series brings in some marvelous authors for children and teens, including Kate DiCamillo, the fabulous Newbery Award-winning author of Because of Winn-Dixie. You can watch that when it drops or later at your convenience. We're also bringing out the headsets so you can engage in career exploration with virtual reality. Career categories include jobs in construction, healthcare, IT, manufacturing, and the transportation industry. Teen summer programs include everything from escape rooms to movies to lady chops to karaoke to DIY. And the kids are whooping it up with Snake ID, Dinosaur Experience, Harvey Rabbit, Bright Star Theater, Tri-Star Ballet, Story Crafts, and my favorite, the Polka Dot Pants Toddler Dance Party. And before you ask, we've rescheduled the popular Cat Cafe with our friends from Cat Haven to the first Saturday in August. Check out the details in the online calendar, visit the kids page online, or find out more in the Source newsletter. A whopping 36 pages available in print or online at ebrpl.com.
Free access to books, audio, and library resources are just a few of the benefits available to you when you get a library card. Need free access to a computer? You get that. Want free access to premium digital resources like Mango Languages and lynda.com? You get that. Need to book a meeting space? You get that. Heck, you can even check out a telescope or use a digital printer with your library card. If you live in East Baton Rouge Parish, pick up your free library card from your local branch library today. Premium access to everything the library system has to offer is waiting for you.
For every kind of service and resource that the library offers in the real world, we also try to offer something to parallel it in the digital library. Programs that promote creativity can be amazingly impactful. And since we are a library, programs focusing on the written word rise to the very top of the list. Let's find out more in the digital download.
The publishing industry has changed greatly, and for many authors, self-publishing is the way to go. BiblioBoard is our ebook platform for self-published books. These book titles are always available, and you can read them in a browser or download them to the free BiblioBoard app. Before books are made available, they go through a review process to ensure quality and to make sure the content is appropriate for designated age levels. You'll find everything from romance to thrillers to biographies to non-fiction. There is even a section just showing off the works of our own local East Baton Rouge Parish authors. If you're a local author, you can submit your own book for inclusion. Every year there is a nationwide competition called the Indie Author Project Contest to find the best self-published authors on BiblioBoard. In 2023, one of our own EBRPL patrons won the award. Could you be next? BiblioBoard brings you the very best of the self-published world. To find out more or to see our other ebook platform Libby, visit the digital library at ebrpl.com.
We really love to promote the art of writing and self-expression, and the library regularly hosts free workshops, word shops, and how-to programs for prospective authors. So BiblioBoard fills a real need in our community. Let's shift gears now and go beyond the stacks.
My name's Clay Ashe. We're here at the Bluebonnet Library for the Teen Film Camp program that we do every summer. My passion in filmmaking is largely about storytelling. You know, the ability to create full worlds and full characters and have other people sort of live in a world that you've invented is, you know, too exciting. This year I'm teaching 6 camps at 6 different East Baton Rouge Parish Library branches. What kind of keeps them going through this story is that they're gonna get things that are gonna help them with their project at the end of this. And we will be showing the films at the end of summer at the Goodwood Library on the big screen for inviting everybody's family and friends to come along. Today we're at the point in the process where we're finishing up their scripts and we're about to start shooting the movie. So every week we'll start with an upload on like real quick film school, an upload of the stuff they may need to know, and then we start creating a story together, and by Thursday and Friday we are filming it at the library. Who wants to volunteer to be first on camera? Every year I have 3 different kinds of kids who show up, and it's kids who are interested in what happens behind the camera, kids who are interested in being in front of the camera, and kids whose parents made them come to a summer camp. And I find that we could get all 3 of them to equally love and enjoy this process and get them to all get interested in filmmaking. But I think it's so important that the library does programs like this because it allows kids that are interested in it, who may not have access to it at their school, and kids who don't know they love it yet, who need somewhere to be, to both sort of get the same experience and the same extracurricular enrichment out of it. I've always said that teaching something makes you better at it, but if you're gonna practice your craft with amateurs, may I suggest teenagers? They're full of joy, enthusiasm, and I find them to be hilarious. So for me it is, I mean, it's just working with kids. They're at a great age where they've got really intelligent brains. But they're also a little unhinged, you know, like young kids. So they come up with these wild, funny gags and good jokes and interesting, weird stories that we would never think to tell. I mean, most importantly, I think that libraries are accessible to everyone. And it's one of the few community places that we have that are really for everyone. So when you offer programming like this at the library, it's offering it to people who don't get it anywhere else. They're able to come in here. Many of the libraries have their own teen sections that have meeting rooms that we're able to meet in. It's, you know, very classroom-like. And then we get to go out in the library and run around with a camera. It's not classroom-like. And it gives us a great diversity of resources to work with. Librarians are tremendously helpful people. And so we have wonderful resources to work with when we get to do programs here at the library. And there are tons of programs like this of great diversity at the library, so you can come check it out at any of your branch libraries. They'll have a great list of everything they're doing.
These camps offer another great outlet for young creatives in the community. I look forward to the red carpet premiere in August. Stay right there. After the break, Children's Services Coordinator Tara Deering joins me for a chat right here on the Library Roadshow.
The East Baton Rouge Parish Library believes that preparing children to enter kindergarten is good for us all. That's why we created Press Start, an early learning initiative that provides a free activity booklet every month that explores early literacy skills through play and interaction at home. Get a library card. Sign up for Press Start at ebrpl.com/kids.
You're watching the July edition of the Library Roadshow. Everything you need to know about your local library system. Tara Deering and her staff have been operating on all cylinders since the last week of May to bring a summer of adventure and reading to children throughout the parish. All right, Tara, give us a brief rundown of the summer reading program this year.
Well, we have a lot in store for the kids this year. Obviously, we have our traditional summer reading challenge of challenging them to reach their reading goals so they can collect incentives along the way and entries into our weekly drawings. And then, of course, we've got lots of wonderful performers for them as well.
So we're not afraid to bribe them to keep reading.
Absolutely not.
And why is that? Why do we need them to keep reading?
So we can stop the summer slide.
That's right. It's not this kind of slide into a wonderful pool of water. No, it's the slide where they're not ready for school when they go back. So there's a very important purpose to the summer reading program. What actual event programs are on the schedule? Because the word program is confusing to people. It's not just one program. It's a whole summer of activities and challenges.
It is. It's an entire calendar of events.
In fact, you even made a special calendar just for it.
We did. We made a special calendar this year for it that they can pick up. These are our major performers that are going to all the branches. And then we have our regular calendar as well that has all the individual events for each branch. So they can pick those up at their local branches.
So there's actually 14 of those.
Yes, there's 14 of those calendars. Yeah. There's a lot.
And then, of course, things are in the newsletter and, and everywhere else.
Yes. But we have wonderful things. We have Storyteller, Mama Saba. We have the Bright Star Theater coming to do 2 wonderful theater performances for us, The Wizard of Oz and Happily Ever After as well. And then we have the Louisiana Snake ID coming and bringing their information about how to keep safe around snakes.
People are fascinated by that. The
yes,
kids
they are.
Love it. Maybe the moms and dads and grandparents not so much, but everybody learns when they know what's safe.
Yes.
So that's part of an adventurous summer right there.
It's definitely adventurous.
But we've already seen Harvey Rabbit. We've had the Mounted Police. We have had so many wonderful programs. And again, I love the fact that these programs aren't just at the main library. They're throughout the parish. Everybody wins.
That's right, everywhere. And we have some that performed at the beginning of June that'll be back again in July, like Johnette Downing.
Love her.
And we do have a couple more Harvey Rabbits as well.
That's my favorite. All right. Now talk about Beanstack, because this boggled my mind. We started this during COVID. What is it?
So Beanstack is just a digital way to track our reading. That's all it is. It's simply the format in how we track it. So rather than having to write everything down if they don't want to, though we do have it for those that want it, we have our digital platform so they can create an account. The whole family can be under one account if they want. That way mom can track it in one place and not have all these multiple pieces of paper to keep track of. And they can log it online. They get digital badges as well as the incentives that we give. Yes, it's really a lot of fun for them to
gamified the tracking system.
Yes, we have. Yeah.
And adults can also have an account in Beanstack, as can the teenagers.
All ages.
Everyone's a winner. All right. Now, what about required summer reading for kids who are in school?
Well, it's different for every school system, every school. And so, we have multiple school systems. So we don't have a list of all of them, but we do try to get as many collected as we can as people come in.
Let us know.
Yes, and sometimes they don't, but we have lots of kids that'll be bringing those lists in, and we do try to keep track of them when we receive them. But there's lots of different ones that we can find online for them to help them out.
Right, because there are many in the Libby app, but also in Tumble Books and Tumble Cloud Junior and all kinds of other digital platforms that you maintain for the kids. Now, how about these new library cards? Since June 1st, all the old ones got blocked until the parent could come in or call in or email or press a button and let us know what they wanted us to do.
Yes. So the cards, it's simple. If they want to keep their standard card, all they have to do is give us a card, a call, and we can mark it for them. They don't even have to come down to the library. But if they do want to change the card to that restricted or unrestricted card, they do have to come and visit us with their child.
And we'd love for them to come anyway and come to some of these programs.
Lots of fun things to entertain them. Yes.
Well, how do families find out more?
Give us a call.
That's
Any
it.
library in the parish, all 14 libraries. And you can call here at Maine. We can help with any other information as well.
Or go online at ebrpl.com. You'll see the source.
Yes.
You'll see things under the kids page with
Yes.
these individual calendars. And
Yes.
then the online calendar.
And also, our Facebook page has different posts every now and then as well.
And I love that because you can see photos of previous performances.
Yes.
And sometimes you can use that to sell something to your reluctant reader or your child who's kind of dragging their feet. You know,
Yeah.
maybe they're a couch potato and they don't want to get out of the air conditioning to come on in, but this may inspire them.
That's right.
Thank you, Tara. Remember that registration is required for many programs. And remember that teens and adults can participate too. Plenty of room in the Beanstack app for the whole family. After the break, author Deborah Lynne joins me for a chat. All that and more on the Library Roadshow.
The East Baton Rouge Parish Library believes that supporting the education of students is good for us all. That's why we provide access to live, in-person, online tutoring through Homework Louisiana, make available free test preparation tools through Learning Express, plus reference tools for all ages. Get a library card. Get free education at ebrpl.com/homeworkhelp.
Welcome back to the July edition of the Library Roadshow. My next guest was born in New Orleans. She's lived in Baton Rouge all her life, where she became a prolific author. She enjoys writing inspirational fiction, romance, mystery, and suspense. Deborah Lynne joins me now by phone to discuss her latest book entitled Crime in the Big Easy. Deborah, how did you get your start as an author?
I got my start years ago after I was in a car accident that laid me up for a few weeks. And all I could do was read. I read a lot of books, a lot of sweet romances. And then after a while I said, I could write one of these, Lord. And I felt in my heart, and I heard him say in my head, yes, you can. And he gave me my first book to write. 4 notebooks later, I finished my first sweet romance. For the next 18 years, I kept writing. I added mystery and suspense to my inspirational fiction.
What's Crime in the Big Easy about?
Crime in the Big Easy, a book about a killer on the loose in New Orleans in the Big Easy. To solve the trail of crime, the determined reporter and a stubborn detective will have to work together, even if it kills them. Taylor James, the reporter, has big dreams of being a well-thought-after reporter, winning the Pulitzer Prize, and traveling the world. Opportunity is knocking at the door, with a killer finding his prey in the early morning hours in and around the French Quarter. 2 deaths so far. The police can't find a connection, but Taylor knows there is one. And when she finds it, Detective John Bradley will have to give her the exclusive and let her get closely involved in finding this perp. Detective John Bradley hates women who put themselves in danger just to get ahead in this world. The red-headed vixen definitely raises his shackles. How can anyone so lovely be so incredibly reckless? As John and Taylor are forced to stop the killing spree, they find their desires shifting in many ways that they could never have imagined.
What advice would you give to an aspiring author?
I'd like to give an aspiring author some tips that came in handy for me. First thing is, never give up. You have an idea for a book in your head, sit down with blank paper or a blank screen and start writing, and just keep writing it, letting your creative juices flow until you finish your book. Then you start your rewrite, your tightening, your fixing, your improving. And once you feel it sounds really good, it reads well, and you think this is good, then you give it to a friend who loves to read and get them to give you creative, constructive criticism.
Where can our viewers learn more about you?
Deborah Lynne. You can find out more about me on my website, author-deboralynne.com. Tells you about all my books and where you can buy them, or even at your library, you can check a lot of them out. And now I'm doing some audio. So you can get Crime in the Big Easy, the book I just spoke about, on Amazon through their Audible.
Thanks, Deborah. I do love a good local mystery. You'll find lots of Deborah's books in the online catalog, in print, and as an ebook in Libby. Check it out.
We're here at the Bluebonnet Regional Branch Library with author and musician Johnette Downing for a musical adventure all about Louisiana. Let's check it out.
I'm Johnette Downing. I'm a children's musician and author, and we're here at the library on Bluebonnet to celebrate summer reading. And the summer reading program theme for the whole nation is Adventure Begins in the Library. So my program is going to be a Louisiana adventure. So I'm from New Orleans, and I was always in bands and everything, and someone said, you'd be really great with children. So for over 36 years, I've been performing music for children all over the world, and my style of music is Louisiana roots. So I do a little bit of everything to teach our children about Zydeco music or Cajun music or jazz, blues, all those sorts of things, just so they know our culture, our music culture. I have 30 children's books, and many of them are singable books, which I really like because you get those reluctant readers who might not want to read as much, but they love to sing or they love to dance. So I'll be singing some of my books, singing some songs, having the children do the Zydeco dance, a Cajun dance, and just having fun, celebrating literacy. The library serves such an amazing service, because children are out and they need something constructive to do, and they can keep up with their reading skills during the summer. And I just find that libraries are a community center too. People come and relax here and get on the computer, read books, and come to programs like this. And there are programs for children, teens, and adults at all the state libraries. I perform here about every other year in all the libraries in Baton Rouge, and I performed all over the state of Louisiana and on 5 continents for children. So it's been a great journey. And my books are in local bookstores. I just saw them on Barnes & Noble, on Bluebonnet. And my music it's on Spotify and all the streaming platforms.
You can find more summer events for the whole family to enjoy in our monthly newsletter, The Source, or in the events calendar at ebrpl.com.
Johnette Downing is one of our favorite performers, an author, an illustrator, a musician, and a storyteller. She's the complete package. Check out her charming books in the online catalog. Why the Crawfish Lives in the Mud. We even used her book, Today is Monday in Louisiana, to parallel our Tasting History title for One Book, One Community this spring. Stay right there. You're watching the Library Roadshow.
The East Baton Rouge Parish Library believes that making things is good for us all. That's why we have maker spaces at 4 locations and a 3D printing service at the main library. The maker spaces have a variety of tools and equipment to enable both creative and practical projects. This includes 3D printers, sewing machines, audio-visual gear, and much more. Get a library card. Get free access to maker spaces at ebrpl.com/makerspaces.
You're watching the July edition of the Library Roadshow, a production of your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. When it comes to STEM and STEAM programming for teens, we like to mix it up. Our teen services staff is constantly offering them opportunities to be creative within the STEAM curriculum, as well as opportunities to blow off a little steam. And I mean little. Check it out.
Today we're at the main library at Goodwood for a fun, silly activity with the teens called Tiny Hands.
You will put these on your index fingers My name is Tori. I'm the 20-somethings librarian here at the main library on Goodwood. So today we're in the teen programming room, our one room for all the teen programs, and we're doing tiny hands. Well, I'm going to start the timer at 4 minutes, and everybody go. I love doing programs like this. It's so silly. Whenever I think of an idea that I wish I could do, that's how I know it's going to be a fun program. Especially for the teens. I love doing stuff during the summer because we get a lot of teens coming back. So we get to establish a relationship with them and just really get to know them. They're the best. So today we're doing kind of like a circuit of activities. So all using tiny hands. And so we're having the kids use like a typing program to see their words per minute, but it's really just to get them typing with the tiny hands. We have a banana that they're going to try to open with the tiny hands as well. They'll probably have to use the power of teamwork. I'm not sure how that's going to happen, but that's kind of the point. We do a lot of programs during the summer. Most of them are craft related, but we also like to have like activities and experiences. And so this is just one of those silly things that like maybe they haven't had an opportunity to do at home. It's easy. Yeah. Well, did you do it with a pencil? We try to balance it out between the crafts and the activities. For these kind of silly programs, we do definitely have the Hungry Hungry Hippos. We do a Jeopardy program. The kids really love trivia or like any kind of puzzles or riddles. We also do an escape room. We did an escape room last week that was D&D themed. It was really less about Dungeons and Dragons and more just about like adventure, magic, and friends. It's true, libraries still have a stereotype of being like a hush-hush quiet space. You are going to end up doing every task, so don't worry. But particularly when you're dealing with teenagers and children, we understand that that's like less of an expectation for them. And it's something that we want to foster because we want them to have a good time. We want them to feel comfortable in the space that they're in. That's why I'm really happy we have a designated teen space here in Maine because they get to hang out with kids their age. But it's mostly creating a safe space where they can come together, meet new people, share experiences. So that's really why these silly type of programs are the most fun and, in a way, the most impactful. They'll just be here for more silliness in the future.
Tori is always having fun programs like these for the teens during the summer months or really all year round, and you can find more about them in the Source newsletter. For Tiny Hands, I'm Stephen Peltier. Have a good one. I don't know.
Absolutely ridiculous. Let's do more. And now for today's contest, visit the library's Facebook page at facebook.com/EBRPL. What ridiculous traditions does your family have? We'll keep it a secret. That's facebook.com/EBRPL. And while you're there, enjoy. We're not your grandfather's library anymore. What's coming up on the Library Roadshow in August? Forensic genealogy. Thanks so much for joining us on the Library Roadshow. And remember, your East Baton Rouge Parish Library is open 7 days a week at each and every one of 14 branches, plus 24/7 on the web. Check us out at ebrpl.com.